Bruce Hill, new skills, new you. And yo, listen, introverts makes the best salespeople. And this is crazy to me, but I've been in sales for about 15 years. I've been training for 10 years, sales training 10 years. I've been training and teaching for probably 20 years. And every single time, the most successful team members I have are introverts. And it didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, how are the quietest, most shy, most reserved people most successful? And that's respectfully. This is a sales, this is a customer facing position. How does that work? One of my first trainees at this company, quiet as a mouse. Have you ever watched the movie The First Terminator? Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said less than 100 words in that whole movie. And he wasn't the dark, mysterious stranger. His English was just that bad. They're like, look, we can't give him any lines, so we got to make him count. And that movie is one of his biggest hits to this day. So I'm working with this kid. I'm training him. He says less than 100 words to me his whole training. The whole training, doesn't talk to me. He just looks. I said, you understand? He said, yes. I'm like, all right, rock and roll. I passed him. He was proficient. And in my head, I'm like, this guy's going to fail. This guy is absolutely going to fail. I had no faith whatsoever that he was going to succeed. Fast forward, he ended up top in the region. One of my favorite success stories. In a president's club, that's the highest sales award he could get first year. I was like, yo, how? I mean, I like to think I'm a pretty good trainer. But here's the thing. I could tell you what to do. I could teach you how to do it. I could even tell you why to do it. At the end of the day, you have to do it. So I learned that being an introvert is actually your superpower. Being an introvert is actually the superpower that helps people become more successful. And the one thing I started teaching, I didn't put this together until years later. Until I started teaching sales skills entrepreneurs. And then I niched down. I said, hey, we're going to teach you how to hear yes more often without sounding sales. Without being that salesperson we all hate. And now I'm about to niche down again. And we're just going to help introverts learn sales skills. What's crazy is I don't want you to be a sales professional. I don't want you to be a sales warrior, a killer closer. But if I could teach you just a few sales skills that make the most money for your business. By the way, I love helping service providers, coaches, consultants, trainers, anyone that offers a service. If I could help you increase your sales and have the confidence to make a high ticket offer, man, we could be a business. Because all they have to do is I'll teach you. I'll tell you. I won't make you buy a download or what's the word? Sign up for this free class. No. I'm just going to tell you, same thing I told him. There's 5 things I teach. I learn from sales, but aren't necessarily limited to sales. The first one is confidence. Confidence is skill, yes. Go check out the video for explanation of how that works. Next, I teach communication. I teach something called the 3 C's. Next up is listening. And I do teach communication and listening separately. The 4th one is learning. If you figure out how to learn, shout out to Jim Quick. Read his book, Limitless. Phenomenal. If you figure out how to learn faster, you can acquire new skills faster, and one new skill will change your life. In fact, one of the first things he did was he bought himself a nice new BMW, some BMW I'd never heard of. When he hit that President's Club award, that's what he wanted. He was a car collector, and he had to figure out how he could make some money so he could buy this car of his dreams. One new skill will change your life. So where was I? Confidence, communication, listening. Those are separate. Learning. And then the 5th one is sales. It's specifically sales techniques. I spend more time on personal development than I do on professional development. Because we grow you, everything else in your life accelerates. And what I realized was that introverts are more likely to listen than they are to talk. So people ask, like, Bruce, are you an introvert? You're teaching introvert sales skills. You must be an introvert. No, I am an extrovert on every single test that you give me. DISC profile, Myers-Briggs, all of them. You're like, wait, well, how are you going to teach introverts if you're an extrovert? Well, that's the brilliant thing. I don't have to teach them to listen. They already naturally are more likely to keep their mouth closed and their ears open. I have a harder time teaching extroverts because they won't shut up. They're always talking. All I have to do is figure out how I create a process that allows you to get your customers from interested to invoice without doing a whole bunch of talking. No pitch, no memorization. And I realized, oh, we just got to listen. How can I document the process of listening? And so what I did was I created something called the question path. It's called the question path. And it's 5 simple steps. It's a structure. You don't memorize anything. And I'll help you tailor it to your building. Just use the link in the description. So that when you're talking to a potential client, you just ask them some questions, and I'll teach you these questions. This isn't the time for it. This is short and sweet on why introverts are the best salespeople, because they spend more time listening to the answers and seeking first to understand and be understood, and so they are able to help their clients on a more profound level. The client feels understood. You're solving the right problem. Boom. They're like, yeah, where do I sign up? And I got to post some more reviews. I just got a review Sunday, and she did. She followed. I was like, well, what happened? She was like, she said yes. I was like, did it feel difficult? She said, nope. I was like, did you feel pushy? She said, nope. It's like, okay, do it again. And it's so much fun because it's so simple. There's no convincing, cajoling, coercing. You just follow the question path, and you'll enroll more clients, more the right ones that are paid on time, that show up, that do the work. And it's phenomenal. And introverts do it best because they're not always trying to add their extra flavor to it. They do just like the trainee who hit President's Club. He just followed the steps, and he went home and minded his own business. He never worked any overtime. Never came in on his days off. Unless he had like a family member or something, they had special appointment. Didn't work any extra hours. All he did was follow the steps, and he hit President's Club. Well, there's the President's Club for entrepreneurs is early retirement. I want to help you hit President's Club for entrepreneurs. I want to help you hear yes more often. So if you're an introvert, you're a coach, consultant, trainer, service-based business, I want to help you hear yes more often without sounding salesy. It's possible. Introverts do it all the time. That means you can do it. And I'll show you how. I'll teach you the sales skills I learned. I'll teach you how to effectively use your superpower, your listening, and asking the right questions. You'll hear yes more often. You can spend more time serving your clients that you care about and less time on sales calls and convincing people. We're not doing that, okay? I'm Bruce Hill, New Skills, New You. One new skill will change your life.